Hey, welcome back to Get Down to Business. I'm joined by a returning guest who is a multi-time C-level sales leader and a self-described behavioral science and sales history nerd who has successfully led organizations through multiple high-profile exits. Todd Caponi is the principal of Sales Melon LLC, the author of award-winning books, The Transparency Sale, The Transparent Sales Leader, and his latest work, 4 Levers Negotiating, challenges the old school model where every customer pays the price based on their ability to battle. Todd believes that transparency is no longer optional in an AI-driven world, and he's here to share a framework. Welcome to the show, Todd.
It is great to be back.
Absolutely. You describe yourself as a sales history nerd. How has the rise of AI fundamentally broken the old school B2B sales model?
I don't believe it actually has. I've got a book from 1910. So 1910, 116 years ago, that has a headline, Buyers No More Nowadays, which is hilarious to me. It was the rise of mail order catalogs. I just believe that in today's era, you've got the rise of AI illuminating pricing models and peers being able to share with one another faster and easier than ever before, which leads to that idea that every customer paying a different amount, I don't believe is any longer sustainable. It's not just AI, it's the feedback economy and the connection economy.
Todd, you argue that many customers come prepared to battle because they feel the price isn't really the price. You talk about the 4 levers framework, the 4 levers being volume, timing of cash, length of commitment, and timing of the deal. Which one do entrepreneurs most often overlook when they're desperate to close the deal?
Well, I think, first of all, when they're desperate to close a deal, they turn to discounting on all of it. They try to take the easy path out. A customer wants to pay slower. They say, okie dokie, like Tommy Boy. I believe that those 4 levers, those are the levers that drive every for-profit B2B business model in the world. And if you just have confidence to deliver your price to say, hey, listen, our price is based on how much you buy, how fast you pay, how long you commit, and mutual alignment around timing, we can create a sound basis. We can transfer confidence to our customers that the price is the price. And as a result, you end up building trust to the goal line. You discount less. And if you play that last lever properly, your forecast becomes more accurate too.
And what I'm taking away from that is that explaining the why behind your pricing levers actually prevents a customer from feeling like they're being squeezed. You explain the why, which is awesome. Am I understanding that correctly?
Well, yeah. I mean, compare it to anything else you buy as a consumer. You go to the grocery store, you don't fill your cart, go to the cashier and say, I have a budget issue. I need a discount. They tell you to just buy less. It's because we as human beings, we assume that the price is based on something and we don't negotiate our Uber rides, our airplane tickets, our gas prices, those types of things. The B2B world, we've created this problem by basically not having confidence when we deliver the price. And as a result, we're inviting customers to come at us. All we're doing here is saying, hey, here's the price. Here's the 4 things that it's based on. We're creating that sound basis so that it becomes a purchase that a customer can feel comfortable that they're getting the best price and they're paying what other people are paying for the exact same purchase.
4 levers negotiating. That's the work of our returning guest, Todd Caponi. Todd, you've led through 2 successful company exits. How does having a transparent, systemized approach to pricing integrity affect the eventual valuation and scalability of a business?
Well, you've got to remember that when we talk about what's changed in the world over the last 20 years, I think the 2 things that are the biggest are, number one, this feedback economy, meaning people leave reviews on everything they do, buy, experience, they tell their friends, they talk to one another. And then number 2 is, the deal in most cases is no longer the peak of the selling relationship. It's an early milestone to having customers who not only buy, but they stay. They buy more, they tell their friends. And so those discounts, those things that were given away to artificially accelerate deals, I would argue that you got to think those multiply by every year they stay a customer, by every upsell, and by every person that they talk to, and they're talking.
Yeah, absolutely. If a sales leader is listening, I want to give them a homework assignment. If their team is currently discounting away their margins, what's the first lever that they should pull this week, Todd, to regain control of their revenue capacity?
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny that when the economy gets tough, we take paths that are not optimal. And one of them is discounting. That idea that, hey, when we think about, we got to get a deal done, we've got to get something going, so we discount. Well, I would argue that the long game wins the long game, but it also wins the short game too. So you have to, as a sales leader, a revenue leader right now, say it's okay for deals to slow down in the short term so that we're maintaining value, because that comes back to pay you over and over and over again if you just give your sales reps the rope to do what's right, to establish that sound basis and stop discounting to artificially accelerate your deals.
I love this, Todd. It's great timing. I just read this past week an interview with the United Airlines CEO who said exactly everything that you have been arguing. And it's, again, Todd, I can't thank you enough for giving such valuable advice to our listeners. How can people find the book? How can we get in touch with you?
It's 4 Levers Negotiating, available everywhere and in all formats, anywhere you get your books. The easiest ways for me are just at toddcaponi.com, or you can follow or connect with me on LinkedIn. It's just Todd Caponi. I share a lot of my nonsense there. And you mentioned earlier, I share a lot of sales history stuff too. So if you're into that, that gets a little nerdy.
I love it. We'll link in the show notes as well. Todd Caponi, thanks for joining us. Quick break. We'll be right back.